Hello everybody, welcome to Tpull's Corner. This is your host Travis, and we're just playing around with some decks that are going to be going away soon. So I wanted to, for this week, we're doing the theme week, which is Brash Taunter. So I've only got one copy of him in this deck, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to include him officially for the theme or just throw this deck out here for fun. But the original concept for this was not centered around Brash Taunter at first. The original was Scourge of the Skyclaves, which is odd because I only have one copy of him. But when I looked at the kicker cost and what happens, I thought it was kind of interesting. Let's start with the bottom here. Okay, Scourge of the Skyclaves, power and toughness are each equal to 20 minus the highest life total among players. So if one of us has 15 life and the other has 10, he's going to be 20 minus 15. So that'll be a 5/5 creature. So what I'm anticipating is that I'm going to be low on life, and my opponent's going to be low on life, and he's going to be at least a 10/10 by the time I get everything lined up. I should have enough mana to do the spell that kills him as well. So I need 7 mana. And by turn 7, if I'm trying to set up for a combo, I'm usually close to dead as it is. So that should work out just fine. But the extra 2 mana is needed for Fling. So as long as my opponent is under 10, right, I should be good. That means that he can't really have a lot of life gain, or that could also give me trouble. But what helps us is the top part. When you cast the spell, if it was kicked, each player loses half their life rounded up. So if we're both at 20, hopefully I'm not more than 20 myself. That would be kind of weird. Then that means we both go down to 10. This creature would have power and toughness of 10/10, and I could fling it for 10 points of damage for a 1-turn instant kill. The other stuff, let's go through the rest of the deck. We've got some 1-drops. We've got a couple of Bloodchief's Thirst to take out creatures or planeswalkers. 1 Duress to give me an idea mostly what I'm going up against. 3 Serrated Scorpions to give me a little bit of life. 1 Blazing Volley to take out the 1/1 swarms. 1 Footfall Crater. If I have this set up already, then I've got another option with Scourge. If Scourge, I can kick him, and he comes in as a 10/10. If my enemy doesn't have a blocker out at that particular moment in time, I can give him Trample and Haste. And maybe even, it doesn't even matter if he has the blocker out for a creature with the Trample aspect added to it. But so if I can get this on ahead of time, that could also give me another option. Epic Downfall to get rid of a large creature. Heartless Act, another creature removal. Malakir Coldblade, so that when I do remove those creatures, I can pump up my guy. Oblivion's Hunger, that's mostly to protect Scourge, hopefully if I get him out. Wishclaw Talisman to get either a Skyclave or a Fling when I need it. Fire Prophecy. This is not just regular damage, but I like the second part of it. You can put a card from your hand on the bottom of your library. If I'm flooding out with lands or something, maybe I can, have a chance to get the Fling that I don't have yet, that kind of thing. Omen of the Forge, a nice little 2 damage flash that comes in. Roiling Vortex, this is good against the lifelink decks. So at the bottom, you spend 1 red mana, your opponents can't gain life this turn. You would have to cast that for your turn and their turn if you thought that they could gain life during your turn. But that'll keep them, hopefully, under the 20 so that Scourge will still work. Thrill of Possibility. This is sort of dig through the deck and get the combination. Hooded Blightfang with Death Touch, mostly for chump blocking. But also if I have a chance to attack, if the opportunity, then it'll, equalize the life disbalance that I always anticipate is going to happen. Grim Tutor to go search for one piece of the combo if I don't have Wishclaw Talisman out. 2 copies of Bone Crusher Giant before he goes away, just because, I got a red-black deck, and when you got a red deck, it's really tough to argue against the value of a good Bone Crusher Giant. Fateful End for more scry to dig through your deck. 2 copies of Casual's Fury. This is in case Fling doesn't come up, but I got some flexibility there in case I need land. 1 Molten Blast. This is mostly in case I have to deal with artifacts. 1 Extinction Event to try and go as a board wipe if I need it. Try not to go overboard with the board wipes. Skeleton Archer. This is hopefully, if I can time it right, it'll deal 1 damage to a good target of opportunity. Get rid of him. Mythos of Vadrock. I don't have the other land sources, so this is not going to do the second part of the spell. It's just going to do 5 damage divided between creatures and planeswalkers, but it can be any number that I choose, which I like. Tectonic Giant. This guy's good because he's really a pain to go against. Actually, if you come across him in the middle of the fight and you've used most of your removal spells already, this can be awkward to get rid of, because if you target him, you can choose to have him deal 3 damage to the opponent. If you attack with him, you can choose to have him deal 3 damage to the opponent. If you're not worried about damage, you can actually exile the top 2 cards of your library, choose one of those, and play that card. 1/3 search spell, Coveted Prize. So we've got Wishclaw Talisman, Grim Tutor, and Coveted Prize. I usually, when I have a combination where I don't have 4 copies of one of the cards, I usually have these 3, 1 copy of each in my black decks so that it can help me search for what I need. And one interesting piece of resistance here, Fiery Emancipation. It costs 6 to get down, but if a source you control deals damage to a opponent or player, it deals triple that damage instead. There is one game where I think I'm going to just put it on the front end of this entire video. I didn't manage to record the entire thing, but I did manage to get Scourge out and fling him while Fiery Emancipation was out, and it was an impressive ending. So we'll see if we duplicate that during any of the other videos that I go through today. But I was doing a little test run and happened to have that scenario pop up, and I did manage to get the recorder going just in time, I think. So we'll try and insert that just as a good example of how the deck can really work when it's working well. And finally, we have Brash Taunter, which we're going to time this during the release of Brash Taunter Theme Week, where we design decks with him in mind, or at least, with him in him. And he's indestructible. Whenever he's dealt damage, he deals that much damage to the target opponent. So as long as the opposing creature doesn't have trample, if you say a 5/5 comes up against him, the 5 points is going to go all onto the Brash Taunter, and the Brash Taunter is going to deal it straight back to the opponent's face. If our opponent gets wise to that and stops attacking us, we can still spend a turn, spend the mana, tap the Brash Taunter, and hit that same 5/5 and still do another 5 damage to our opponent. So if our enemy doesn't come to us, we sort of have a way to go to our enemy. The rest is lands. Overview. Only 11 creatures. 23 lands. Let's take it out for a spin. As always, like us if you haven't, or even if you have, like us again. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. That'll help support the channel. Thanks. Let's take this deck out for a spin and see how it does. Okay, it's always nice to see the 2 colors you need at the beginning. The Magic Shuffler deck. Oh, I like that sleeve. Nice. Let's see. Let's go ahead and thin out our deck first, I guess. We need the second red for that to get ready. So we can cast Mythos of Vadrock whenever we need to. This deck can be difficult with the Shuffler. Not just land. Shuffler can be difficult on you with land anytime. If you got 2 colors and they only give you 1, even if they give you like 3 lands at the beginning, if it's all the wrong color or all just 1 color, you could go 5 or 10 draws sometimes without getting your second color. Is that an artifact? It is. You know what? We cannot suffer you to live. Ugly gargoyle. Ugly gargoyle. Alright, Mythos of Vadrock is ready to go whenever we need it. That is a fun card. I can't wait to get it. Okay, we have relatively fewer swamps, so we'll take the fewer one. Let's see if you've got something that takes away counters. Maybe a nice flunk. Gelatinous cube. Okay. So you put him in ooze twice in a row. Can't target the opponent, so you just have to target that guy and free up my taunter. But he's got the equivalent of summoning sickness now, so he can't do anything. And he's probably been slimed. So now I've got a slimy goblin on my hands. That guy's got flying and ward. What can I do against him? I need removal. Okay, so... Extinction event? He's even, right? No, he's odd, so I would lose him. So... let's go get Epic Downfall. I've got the pieces to use Scourge and to protect Scourge. But this guy's gonna get what? He'll become an 8/8. And he can blink the Warhound, right? And get another land? No, we have the even amount of land, so it should help him get more land. Could have if he hadn't played one already. That was his mistake. Okay, we have to discard a card for this, right? That's it? Let's get rid of Fling, because we have other Flings and we don't have Scourge yet, so this is going to eat a hole in our hand otherwise for a while. And then we attack, and we see if he knows what Brash Taunter's all about. He might not. He might just want to deal 3 damage to us. Managed to get some value out of that, and defeats my Bone Crusher Giant because he stopped the spell from resolving. Nice play. But I have an indestructible goblin who will kill you in 20 more turns. It says exile up to 1 target. You don't actually need to exile it every turn. And that was a token, and tokens don't come back. So I guess do what you want, because it helps me. And I'm already reduced to top decking. Basically. I could make my indestructible guy indestructible for a turn. Okay, we're going to be on defense now, unless I want to use Fateful End right away. Yeah, let's see. You got another Deadly Dispute to use? No? Okay, I don't need more land right now. All I need is 7. I got 7. Tpull circle. You need other stuff to use with that. It's only artifacts or creatures. Okay, we're actually going to keep that in reserve in case he puts down a 1/1 creature or a 2/2 creature, because I can attack it with the Brash Taunter and then kill it with the Archer. Okay, he's setting up for creatures. He's got plenty of stuff there. So do I keep Brash Taunter on defense? I can just hit submit 0. Why do I flash that in every time? That's not going to help, right? It needs to be equipped to an attacking creature for it to do anything. Okay, now I've got something. Alright, so let's do this. Can't stop me from dealing 1 damage to your face. Take that arrow. Alright. Now we've got a blocker in case he puts down somebody with haste, which is unlikely. Yeah. Now he's reduced to top decking. Only 16 more turns out of me. Unless my goblin falls asleep from the sheer boredom of it. Oh, he gets to venture into the dungeon. Oh, and I don't have a way to kill the... I don't have a way to take out the cube right now. He's gonna dissolve him. And he gets to keep him. Okay, yeah, get rid of your token. He doesn't come back. Are you serious? Not helpful, people. Yep, saw that coming. It's going to be a shorter game than I thought. That's a nice card to finally use with Teleportation Circle. Too bad you can't do 2-on-1. And there goes the Fling, which is useless right now. And that happens. If they're just going to give you lands and they give your opponent spells, you are going to die. Two colors, two colors, two colors. We will do it. I match your life gain with my own life gain. Got to keep up with the Joneses after all. Is he riding a broomstick? What was that old movie, Bedknobs and Broomsticks? So are we playing against Wizard Strider? Okay, let's see. What do we want to do? That might be a counterspell, so we put down the land. We cast a spell while we can. We're willing to use that as just a regular land next turn. It's more useful for him to just draw a card rather than wait to make that a use. No, he's afraid of this one. He's going to use 2 spells to get rid of it. And this could be one of those decks that likes to throw the instants and sorcerers away really fast. Precisely so it can use other spells. Alright, so with that, we're going to get rid of Fling because it does no good to us right now. We're going to give him another target. We're going to see exactly how much creature destruction he has and how much he feels like he has to do. Oh, he was afraid of the Serried Scorpion. Look at that. He was afraid of a 1/2 creature. He just curled up and died, didn't he? He ran away. So either that or he decided the cards just weren't going his way and he did not like the idea of top decking against what I might have ready. You never know. Hinga dinga Gorgon. Nice to meet you, Hinga dinga Gordon. Dorgan? Is that a self-portrait? We don't need to see what we're up against just yet. There's going to be lands they're going to play. We'll give them a chance to put down the lands. Duress, he shouldn't take Duress away. There you go. Let's return the favor now. You have to discard yours permanently. So let's do that one. We don't need him bringing anybody back. Get our card back. Although he has another one he can play. Let him have his way for a second. Okay. Does he need to escape? 6. Okay, you can choose one. I'll get you with the other. Make your choice. It's even and odd, isn't it? Okay, can you kill one of my guys? Not if I don't block. Okay. Let's go look for something. If we block with the Skeleton Archer next, then I can do Extinction Event. Is that overkill? He's even, so I want to hope he attacks. He's good with that because it doesn't do damage. He'll probably attack with both of these guys. Irish Growth. Excellent. He spent everything he had. Although I guess he didn't want to attack because we could double block him. Okay. Okay, and now instead of him getting those back, all of his plans are laid waste. Don't have to worry about Hydra's growth. Don't have to worry about him escaping. Let's see. 3 damage or top 2 cards? Let's do this one. Not good. Use a flyer. But at least I do triple damage with the one guy I got. If this is all we're gonna do, I can actually beat you before you beat me. Now I can't. Get you out of my way, please. Scry. Get rid of that. And zoom in for 3. Man, I never thought my Serrated Scorpion would be so powerful. Maybe the last guy was right to quit when he saw him. He is fierce. Okay, now we got a blocker. But you are more than 3 mana, aren't you? Alright, down to brass tacks. And we're done. Sweet. Is that embarrassing to be defeated by a Serrated Scorpion? It seems a little embarrassing. Yeah, well. I like the start. And I get to go first. Life is good. Unless it's against an opponent that has some sort of control deck and it takes forever for them to do the first move, in which case it could be very long. I like the idea from that first game where the guy just quit and we didn't really know why he did it. Let's... Yeah, I guess we'll see what he has. Sworn Guardian, Unsummon... Overflowing Insight. If we last that long, I do not want you playing that card. I can deal with an unsummon or two. I might even welcome it. Yeah, that first guy quit and we didn't know why. It would be nice to have some emotes that we could give just before we leave a game. So we could say like RL for real life events. So we know that like somebody just got called to dinner and they couldn't hang out for the rest of the game. Or land problems. Or just say that's game and that means that we know that they can't win. That the next round was going to be the last one. You know, just have like 4 or 5 of those emote things so that if you wanted to communicate with your opponent why you're leaving, you could. Okay, Mana Starved or Land Flood. Okay, do we think that they have a counterspell? It doesn't matter because we can't get through the walls anyway. So is it the worst thing in the world if they counter this? But we deal a point of damage, so ha! Good for us. You will do the trick quite nicely, sir. Oh, yes. Now we're playing with power. Let's see, 8 minus 3 equals 5. Okay, perfect. I need him to tap out, though, so he doesn't use Unsummon. Look at that, he tapped out. Okay, I don't have enough for the spell now, though. I guess I gotta deal with the other guy. Can't be blocked this turn. Okay, so we've got to get rid of you. I could have gotten 1 point of damage there, but... Okay, I don't have enough mana to go searching for somebody. He's got that Unsummon. I'm just gonna have to let it go. It's good if he's tapped out and I can deal all the damage that I need to and destroy both of them. But if he saves one, he's still blocking my 3 points each time. I might as well just save my ammo in case he puts out a creature that's tougher than a 0-4 wall. Although at this rate, he'll just put out a Curabest the Sea God and then I'll be sunk. Okay, that's helpful. If he starts getting flooded out with land, he's going to start to be hurting. better. Still got that unsummoned. So let me search for something. What do I want to search for? Do you want to unsummon something now? Is that what you're debating? Okay, didn't think so. We'll just deal 3 damage. We won't get fancy. We've got Miss of Vadrock. We can't use it during the battle, but we can use it after. Which means he'll probably try and save the Windstorm Drake, right? He'll just block the biggest ones. He's letting the others through. Interesting choice. Okay, so let's do this. Use a wall. You want to save it? I'll finally make you get rid of your ace in the hole. Your escape valve is gone. All that so you can fly over my head and hit me? You don't have enough to make up that balance. Nope, still not enough. Alright. Bum 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 bum. That'll work. Three, 4, 5. And attack. 3 damage. Am I going to have to use Kazu's Fury on a wall? This is starting to get fun. 3 damage. Blocking him's not gonna work. You gotta double block him with the other 2. Really? Okay. Ta-da! Alright, we'll probably end with the Fling matches there. Yeah, I got time for one more. I'm gonna do one more. I'm gonna see if we can get the Scourge out at all. Oh, I don't usually get Scourge or the Skyclaves this early. That's kind of a bad thing because I actually want to use him when I have enough mana to cost him. Which means I want at least 5 mana already available. Okay, get both of the colors real quick. Get ready to double block the warrior. Might have a buff spell. We will risk it. He does. Does he have another protection? No, he does not. Okay, do we want to send anything to the bottom? No. We kind of need everything right now. Because we still need more land just to get the Taunter out. DM Substance. Maybe I should have put the Casual's Fury down as land first. Just gonna use her to attack, huh? Okay, what do we got? Even and odd? Let's get rid of the even real quick. I don't need them getting a draw advantage with a deck that large. One card at a time will be just plenty, thank you very much. You notice I keep getting the Brash Taunter and the Oblivion's Hunger all at the same time. It's kind of funny. Feed the bear. I only have one copy of Scourge, I believe, right now. I'll have to double check, but it might make more sense to put more copies in, but it doesn't make sense for me to spend wild cards this close to rotation to go get another one. Do you have protection? If you do, I want to find out now. Do not. In 16 more turns, you were dead, sir. Or ma'am. Ma'am, sir. Hey, didn't I just kill you? Did I kill your twin sister? Are you here for revenge? This is what I'm talking about. Yeah. Brash Taunter suddenly does 3 points of damage. That's worth feeding the bear. He gets a treat. It's a good day. You didn't come ready? Not against enchantments. Or at least you don't have the answer right now. That is not good news for you. That lets me get rid of some obstacles in my way. Ah, you didn't let me. I had it. I had 7 mana. I was gonna get to do it. Oh, so close. Sorry, folks. That's my time. You're just gonna have to take my word for it. It would have been beautiful. I need to call up some of my friends to play them and make sure they agree not to leave until I've actually pulled off the combo. Alright, but the cool thing is that you kind of see how we've got things set up here. He would have come in at, first of all, we would have both lost half of our lives, right? So I would have been at 10, he would have been at 5 because it's rounded up. So he would have come in at the power of 10, which means he could have done 30 points of damage if he just marched straight over. Anyway, that's as good a place as any to leave it for tonight. Thanks for tuning in. Come back next time to Tpull's Corner, because there's always going to be another deck around the corner. Have a good one.